I decided to start a new video project in which I'm going to go through the 128 questions in the book Bridging Your Tribe, which I co-wrote with Jade Dawn, and I'm going to try to be transparent in answering these questions. They were developed to get people to connect with themselves on a deeper level, know yourself better, and also as conversation starters with other people that you're trying to connect with and go to a deeper level with. So I've toyed with this idea for a while and decided it's time to start this project. My intention at this point is to do one question a day for 128 days in a row. And if you'd like to join in by sharing your responses in the comments of the Facebook page for this site or the YouTube page. I tend to read the Facebook page comments, but not the YouTube comments so much. And or if you want to just do them privately on your own. I think there can be value in transparency, but there's some questions that you might want to just explore individually. So, with no further ado, the first question is, what messages did your parents give you regarding being sexual? And for myself, I believe that there was a contrast between my parents in terms of my father. He was always a very sexual person and would make sexual jokes and just be pretty open about himself being sexual. And I think that he also had a certain kind of objectification of women and just kind of a more basic kind of sexuality in terms of his energy. And he also told me when I was on a hunting trip, the one and only hunting trip I went on when I was in 8th grade, to take into account the person in terms of where they're at in their development mentally and not just physically. So he wasn't totally objectifying, but he was a very sexual person. I remember him talking about wanting to have a pump installed in his penis at some point if he ever, this was before Viagra and so forth, so he had this thing about so he could continue into his old years to be sexual, have a pump installed. So that was my dad. My mom, not so much, didn't get a lot of messages, didn't really understand a lot about her relationship to sexuality. And when I was a kid, 10 years old, getting the birds and bees talk, the emphasis upon breast development and ejaculation and childbirth left me, fortunately, 5th grade also was the year in which somebody came to school with visual aids that cleared things up. But between when I found out from my mom about sexuality and how that works and when they cleared things up in 5th grade, I thought that you made a baby by ejaculating into a nipple, and that the semen traveled downward and made a baby somehow. So that left me a little bit confused, but fortunately that confusion did not last for very long. So anyways, overall I'd say that there was this kind of mixed dichotomy in my parents in terms of one being very open about their sexuality, the other being more private about it. So it probably left me with a little bit of a schism, and I tend to be more open, closer to my dad, without the kind of more simplistic objectification that he was into. But so I like to think anyways. So again, this project is going to be me continuing to pose questions. The question will be in the title of the video, and if you want to put your own comments on Facebook or YouTube below the video, that would be great. And thanks for listening.